Las Vegas is feeling the heat of the immigration fight heading into the weekend. Nearly 100 protesters were hauled off after an anti-ICE rally turned confrontational, and organizers say they'll be back out tomorrow. The unrest follows President Trump's promise to protect hotel and farm workers from deportation. Let's bring in CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez, who is live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Las Vegas. Andres, what happened downtown on Wednesday night?
Good to be with you, Elizabeth. Police say at the height of the protest on Wednesday night, there were about 800 folks out here around the federal courthouse. Some of those in the crowd ended up coming off the sidewalk, went into the traffic, started blocking traffic, and then eventually got violent with police, throwing some water bottles at them and some rocks. And at that point, they ended up declaring it an unlawful assembly, and they ended up ordering everyone to leave. They made that announcement in both English and Spanish. And when those folks did not comply, that's when the arrests began. But this is also before they ended up using pepper balls and tear gas to disperse the crowd. Then the arrest occurred, and a total of 94 people were arrested. 7 teenagers were ticketed, and then there were 4 officers who suffered minor injuries. Police have warned that they will do the same when these protests here locally and across the country happen. The No Kings protest, in the last 48 hours, they've actually gone ahead and set up these temporary bollards in front of the federal courthouse to prevent any vehicles from getting onto the sidewalk as a precaution to keep the law enforcement safe, as well as those protesters who plan to come out here tomorrow evening.
And Andres, President Trump said farm and hotel workers might get deportation relief. Are you seeing that happening?
Not yet. This may all just be right now talk from the president. The White House has told Reuters as well as the Washington Post that there have been no written rules just yet. There have been no formal plans. Tom Homan, the border czar, has even said that he has had no formal discussion with the president talking about this. So once again, it does seem like this remark from the president is just more like a promise than a plan. And until something is written, the rules end up staying the same, which is that ICE can pick up any worker without any legal status, even if it's on the job.
So have Las Vegas hotels been raided?
There have not been any of the raids, and that's important to note. We have seen all these massive scales in Nebraska and out in Los Angeles, but not here in Las Vegas. According to the folks that we've been talking to, the immigration attorneys as well as union leaders, they're saying that there have been 0 sweeps here at any property on or off the Strip. There have been some undercover officers who have carried out operations at apartment complexes, but again, nothing to the scale that we've seen across the country.
And Andres, how many workers could lose their jobs if these deportations ramp up?
Well, Elizabeth, Nevada ends up topping the nation. About 9% of the workforce here, roughly 136,000 people, are undocumented. And so many of the jobs that those folks hold are in hotels, construction, as well as restaurants. And so a large-scale crackdown here in Las Vegas would end up hitting the area very hard. Economists compare this to the potential impact that it had back during the 2008 recession. And so it would possibly bring the country's and the world's largest entertainment.
All right, his shot froze there for a minute, but Andres Gutierrez live for us in Las Vegas.